So we have in the assembly, can you identify all the parts? So is everything like, can you see all the parts, but also are there balloons going to them? And then is the parts list clear and complete? So part numbers only in the part number field, descriptions are readable and explain kind of what the part is, but not too long, right? We want a nice, short, concise description. So overall dimensions, does the assembly have the overall dimensions on it? Um, is the assembly understandable? Is it clear and easy to understand what the parts are? Is it nice to look at? Um, are leaders easy to follow and not vertical or horizontal? Are things evenly spaced out on the view? Kind of the overall, the nice. Can you understand it? Right. For parts view selection, does the sheet provide enough views of the part to accurately describe it, but not too many views, right? Not the extra views that don't add anything else. If you have two options like a front and a back, did they pick the view that has the least amount of hidden lines, so more visible lines? Are holes shown where they're round? Is the scale appropriate, so the views aren't too tiny, but they're not super big, taking up all the space? Are they aligned correctly? So when they're projected, they're done. If you rotate a view, you deleted and reprojected that view to make sure that they're lined up correctly. And as well as for sections, if you make a section, is it on the right side? But also, if you create a projected view, you don't slide it past the other side of the parent view, right? And then does the isometric view show the best angle of the part so you can see all the features that are important? Part dimensions, is it over or under dimensioned? Or are there the right amount of dimensions, not that you're not missing any, but also you don't have anything dimensioned twice, or you don't have the, all four when you only need three? Don't is it not no? Are there no dimensions going to the hidden lines? Right, we want that. Is there no dimensions crossing dimension lines? So we don't want to cross dimension lines. We don't want to dimension to hidden lines. Is there the gap between the extension line and the object? Here. Our dimensions put in the view that you can see what's going on. So it's right. This view, you can see the width of the slot rather than just here. I can't kind of either way on that one, but here instead of this view is dimensioned here for the slot, not over here. It's just two lines going through the view, right? But we can see what's going on with that. So that's why this dimension is here. And then our dimensions aligned. So these two are lined up. These two are lined up. Those are lined up with each other. Our holes dimensioned where they're round. So this view, the dimension for the holes is on the round view, not another view. Our cylinders dimensioned where they're rectangular. So on the rectangular view of the cylinder, we can put it here, and with the diameter symbol, right? Does it follow all the general ASME standards from Y 14.5? And then do leaders point to the centers of arcs and circles? Right. Parts readability. Do things not overlap? So you don't have views or text or dimensions of borders overlap each other. So the view isn't touching the border, or there's no text like right on a line of the part, or two dimensions on top of each other where you can't read them. Are views well spaced? The space between them, so they're not kind of running dimensions into each other, but they're not all the way out close to the borders, and kind of balanced. I don't want a balanced feel for it. Are dimensions equally spaced away from the part? That first dimension away from the part, is that the same on all the views? And then from that first dimension to the second dimension away from it, are all those ones between the first and second and third, are those spaces all consistent? Are the dimensions not, so far away? We don't want them, far away from the view. We want them to be relatively close, but not touching. Just kind of, sometimes that first snap point fusion is good. Sometimes it's a little too close. So that's a kind of a feel thing. You have to, this is where the art kind of comes into making the drawings. Are dimensions staggered? So if you have multiple dimensions that are stacked on top of each other, either they're horizontal dimensions that are stacked vertically, or vertical dimensions that are stacked horizontally, are they staggered so they're not just in a line, right? And then are the dimension lines aligned with each other? And is the text between the dimension line, between the extension lines? Sorry, fix that. If it'll fit. So some reason my screen is just blanking out, but is the text here between the extension lines? We don't want it out on the top if there's space for the text in the middle. This is weird. There it is. I just had to zoom it. So if there's space in here for this dimension, put it in between. Don't let it sit out the side with a big just line between them. I'd rather have the text in between the things. So if it's inside, put it inside. If not, stick it on the. Doesn't fit on the inside, stick it on the outside. Right.
Put the arrows outside. If you
yep. Yep. And then for general, is the title block filled out correctly? Does they have the correct title block with our standard tolerances and everything? Does it have the correct units listed? So whether it's inches or metric. Does it have the part name filled out, the part number? Yeah. Okay. Any other questions on these? Anything we missed? All right.